This is more about living in the time of the coronavirus epidemic. I am not a fan of systems, social and political systems, I mean. I know or accept that they are necessary. Systems are pretty good at control, at running things, but they are miserable and inept when it comes to adaptability. In a system, there is never a room for an exception. I saw a video in which a man said the problem with a recipe is that people follow it instead of observing and reacting. And that's cooking. In that way, a recipe is like a system. It makes thinking obsolete. That's fortunate for some, a problem for others. Also, when a system takes charge, thinking becomes a crime, a form of sedition. Another thing about a system, there is no room in a system for self-reliance. Ultimately, a system will crush, eliminate self-reliance, and then outlaw it just in case. The system cannot tolerate or permit self-reliance. Self-reliance is a danger to the system. It's March in the year 1 CE. The daylight hours are appreciably longer now. We have light in the morning and light at night. In another week, we will switch to daylight savings time. And it's been warmer, too. I think this has a palpable effect on the mood and the behavior of people. We want to get out in t-shirts and shorts. We want to do things. We want to associate again. I saw a video of Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal doing a flash round of Family Feud with Steve Harvey. The first question was, according to a survey, how many times a week does a married woman want to make love? Charles said 3 and Shaq said 4. They wanted to say 6 or 7, but they were on TV and they were trying to appear to be gentlemen. The most popular answer to the survey was 1. And again, the women answering the question really wanted to say 0, none. But they were trying to be considerate, so they said 1. And in that little drama lies the heart and soul, I thought, of Venus and Mars. Venus wants love, Mars wants sex. Both will agree that sex is a middle ground, a way of expressing love. For men, it's a primary expression. For women, it's one of many ways. Yesterday, the field mouse said that if the numbers continue to improve, he will drop the restrictions, including the masks and social distancing. But not now. Now, he said, we must try harder than ever. I'm guessing, but I think if we asked the field mouse that question from Family Feud, he would answer 1. I just watched an excellent documentary film about women in the culinary business. I should add that I think the field mouse has 11 kids. I would say, I just watched an excellent documentary film about women in the culinary business. I would say what they needed in order to succeed was to be indomitable, tough, and in spite of everything, to be somehow driven by love and not bitterness. How could they do this? I don't know, because I am not that tough. There was a painful similarity to many of their stories. A woman, no money, no support, kids, a vision of what they wanted with no way to get there. Blank looks at the bank. I became a bull, one said, and I just kept going. The Culinary Institute of America was founded in 1946 by two women. They did not allow women to study there until 1970. Indomitable. In 2000 and something, Time magazine ran a cover story on the gods of food. All these great chefs doing all these amazing, wonderful, astonishing things with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Building successful businesses, empires. And not one woman. Not one. Not even a mention. Indomitable. I want people to stop saying, at the end of the day, as if anything worth doing could be accomplished in that tiny time span. So knock it off. At the end of the day, I'm sick and tired hearing about what remains at the end of the day. At the end of the day is night. The George Floyd trial begins on Monday. In the interest of complete transparency, not to mention viewing audience and stirring the pot, there will be gavel-to-gavel television coverage. Gotta have that transparency. And if the police officer on trial for murder is acquitted or convicted on a lesser charge, then there will be trouble. And I don't mean protests and marches. I mean trouble. Because the people want justice, social justice. And the PM and the dummy craps will all side with the people and justice. And if there is no justice, then there will be no peace or unity. The PM will have to forget about his promised unity.